The Swans' young guns are shining at the Gabba, powering Sydney to a 47-30 lead over the Lions in torrential conditions. The Hunters' Isaac Heaney kicked 2 goals, while Ben Ronk also grabbed a major. Debutant Riley Stoddart chimed in with his first goal of his career as well. The match is currently in the 3rd quarter. Defending Port mountain bike champion Brendan Johnston has fought back to claim the leader's jersey, finishing 3rd in today's challenging 3rd stage in the Hunter. The win went to Michael Potter, but it was Johnston who was celebrating, now holding a slender lead over Cameron Ivory, heading into tomorrow's final day. Armidale's Holly Harris continued her stranglehold on the women's crown with a 3rd stage win. He's been through hell and back to get there, but Ryan Callanan's dream of returning to surfing's World Tour is well and truly on track, recording an emotional win at the Chiba Open in Japan, which he dedicated to his late parents. A first WQS win for Ryan Callanan that meant so much more than just surfing.
I'm just speechless. I'd like to dedicate this to my parents who recently passed away, but it feels good to feel like they sent me a few, and yeah, I'm just stoked. Definitely making them proud, as well as all of your friends and family.
Was an emotional result for the Merewether favourite. Since falling off the World Tour in 2016, he's endured a tough journey in and out of the water. But today, things just seem to click.
Oh my God, Todd Klein, he just got 3 beautiful turns.
The conditions were challenging to say the least, but Callanan made it work. Hawaiian Seth Manise put up a fight. With seconds left, his final roll of the dice almost paid off.
Todd, what an incredible final!
But this was Ryan Callanan's event. The relief instantly clear.
Everyone in Billabong and Sanook and the companies like that, they just seem to have my back all the time, and it's been a bit of a slow patch for me the last few years, and just for them to stick by me and be patient and confident in me, and it's a really good feeling.
The result rockets Callanan up the qualifying series rankings to 4th. His dream of returning to the World Tour within reach.
I haven't even thought about the rankings at the moment. I'm just thinking about the win. I'm just so happy to be here in Japan.
West have kick-started their Newcastle Rugby League season with a win over Maitland, but it didn't come easy. The Pickers trailed early but rallied before the break, reducing the margin before half-time to 8 points and keep the contest alive. But they only had themselves to blame in the second half, the only try coming from their error. Ryan Walker eventually getting onto the ball and racing away. He bagged a hat-trick. In the day's other games, Curry outlasted the Scorps in a close one. Lakes got one over Central in their tight derby affair, while Cessnock beat South. Lambton overcame Lake Macquarie in the NPL this afternoon, but it wasn't without a scare. Sam Walker scoring a rocket for the visitors. It didn't take the Jaffers long to respond, first through Braden Crawley, then Ryan Griffiths. The 2-1 scoreline settled before half-time. West have cemented their place on top of Newcastle Netball's ladder after a win over the 4th place Forsyths, but it didn't come as easily as they would have liked. They actually trailed by 7 goals at the first change. Their move eventually came in the 3rd quarter. Their premiership credentials hard to ignore. In the end, it was a 12-goal margin, while Nova Thunder recorded a narrow win. South Lions hold on to 2nd after beating Maryville, while BNC jumped to 3rd on the ladder after overcoming Pride. Cardiff's run on top of the Black Diamond AFL ladder continues, today obliterating Maitland. It was actually the visitors who kicked the first major, but that's where their run ended. The Hawks taking flight and fight. This late bump saw the 2 teams almost come to blows, but it didn't change the outcome. Cardiff 119-point winners and still undefeated. Newcastle City almost matched that total in their win over the Bay. Singleton got up, so too did the Bombers in a big way, while the Bulldogs beat Gosford. Merewether's run in the NHRU rolls on, and didn't they do it in style, piling more pain on Lake Macquarie. 122-point winners this afternoon. Maitland beat the Students. Hamilton came from behind over the Beaches, while Nelson Bay held Singleton scoreless. Paul, another big day in sport.
Sure was. Thanks, Sam. The weather's next.
Tonight's weather is proudly brought to you by the Burton family, Maitland of Port Stephens Toyota.
Call in for their best prices on new Toyotas and pre-owned vehicles.
To the weather now, and it'll be mostly sunny tomorrow. We'll have light winds and some early fog. A great weather shot tonight from Stephen Keating, who captured this kookaburra soaking up the remains of the day at Little Beach at Port Stephens. No doubt keeping his eye lifting for a juicy worm or a lizard on the ground. High cloud moving over western and central New South Wales ahead of a low pressure trough is producing virtually no rain. We've got a big high over us at the moment, but that trough and cool change will start making its presence felt about Tuesday. Taking a look at the temperatures today, and it got up to 20 degrees at Nobby's, 21 at Nelson Bay, 21 at Cessnock and Maitland today, 21 also at Singleton and Scone. Looking ahead to tomorrow, and a mostly fine day on the way for us, getting down to 9 degrees to a top of 21 tomorrow in Newcastle, 21 for the Central Coast, 22 at Singleton, Muswellbrook and also Scone, getting down to an overnight low of 3 in the Upper Hunter. On the waters, the swell still fairly solid at 2.5 metres. The seas around a metre. Will have light winds. They'll be variable throughout the day tomorrow. High tide is at 6:40 in the morning. The sun's getting up at 6:43. The moon and Jupiter are bright in the eastern sky right now. Taking a look at the outlooks for the week ahead. We're going to see generally fine weather for Newcastle for Monday and Tuesday, warming up to 23 degrees on Tuesday before that cool, gusty change moves through on Wednesday, dropping the daytime maximum to 18 degrees after an overnight low of 11. A cool change and a possible shower for Scone midweek as well, with 18 degrees forecast on Wednesday. And mostly fine on the Central Coast for the next few days ahead of that change, which will drop temperatures by a few degrees, and they'll park there until next weekend. But for all the latest, you can always check us out on NBN's Facebook page. Before we go, it's been hidden from public view for 2 decades. Now this Pablo Picasso piece is back on show in Hong Kong. The portrait of Teresa Walter was painted in 1932. It'll be sent to London next month, where it's expected to sell for more than $60 million. And that's our bulletin for this evening. The Today Show will have the latest news tomorrow morning.
From all of us here,
have a great night. Good night.